Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of a new series I'm starting called Demon of the Month. Basically what I'm going to do in this series is every month I'm going to pick out an easy or medium demon that I've already beaten and I know is very good, and then I'm gonna do a practice run of it and just go through, give some tips on the level as well as just my thoughts on each part, and then once I finish that I'm going to show a completion of the level. So yeah, basically the first level we're doing for this series is Metropolis by DesTicY, which is an epic easy demon that's fantastic. It's really fun, and overall, it's just a great level. The gameplay is very fun and well synced. The decoration and theme are executed so well. The atmosphere is great, and overall, it's just a really good level. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump into a practice run. So the first thing I just want to point out here right off the bat is the fact that these, the first cube uses player colors for all of the decoration, and that is a very, very risky move, considering you don't know what blend of colors the player is going to be using. You don't know if they're going to go well together or not, so it's a very risky thing to do. But I think here it's pulled off very well. In the background, the lights in the building. Also, just the glow and lights coming from, the ground. And also in the foreground, some of the saw blades and stuff. So it's just done really, really well, in my opinion. It's a risky thing to do, but it looks great, at least with my color combo. I love how vibrant, the lights are in this level. There's so much vibrancy in the foreground, the lights in the buildings in the background, lines on the buildings even sometimes, as well as in the windows. Anyways, here we go into the drop, and one thing I'll point out with the gameplay that's really cool about this level is the fact that you can sometimes just hold through certain sections and transitions. So here it's 1, 1, 1, 2, and then you just hold all the way through that, which is really satisfying. The fast-paced nature of the gameplay fits the song really well. One thing I will note is that this part is thematically a bit disconnected from the rest of the level, in my opinion, because it does maintain a futuristic look, but it's not as city themed as the other parts. The decoration still looks great and very detailed, don't get me wrong. It has a great futuristic feel, but it's lacking a bit of the city aspect. One other thing I will note is that the pyramids in the background, they don't have that much detail to them, but they're covered up most of the time by foreground or those other textures, so it's not too big of a deal. This part still looks good, but I just think it's a bit thematically disconnected, if that makes sense. Going into this part, one thing I will point out here is that the wave is actually pretty tough, especially if you are 60 Hz or a mobile player. That it's pretty tricky. Even once you get it down, it's still quite easy to die there just because of how fast you're going. Even for me on 240 Hz, it's kind of, I mean, it's not that bad, but it's a little bit tight compared to the rest of the level. One other thing I will note about this part is the color combos in there are absolutely phenomenal. You've got this vibrant red tone and then neon greens and blues contrasting it, and it looks really good. Also, when you hit that speed change and everything slows down, it goes to grayscale for a second, which looks very cool. And then you go into this part, which is one of the most unique parts I've seen in pretty much any level ever, honestly. It's this side-to-side wall jump sort of thing, which when you're first learning this level, or when you first get to it, it can be a little tough to figure out what you're supposed to do, or what exactly is going on. But once you get the hang of it, it's a really good part, and considering how it's made, it's surprising how little bugs there are. It works quite well, in my opinion. And adding on to that, just the fact that you're just going upwards vertically, and that the gameplay reflects that, it just adds to this whole feeling of going upwards towards the sky, along with all these skyscrapers. This transition is cool. The blocks fall away and then you're launched into the sky here. And this part is just done so well. I love this part. I love how open feeling it is. It just feels like you're floating into the sky, if that makes sense. There's so many just wide open corridors and spaces here. The gameplay synced well, like with those 3 dash orbs there, especially. One other detail that I think looks really cool is like when you go through all these really brightly lit areas, your icon turns into a shadow. And like they have it for the spider too, and it's even animated, which is super cool. Like all these little details just add to like the feeling of the level. It has such a great atmosphere, especially going into the second part. Like everything just feels like so open and free. It's honestly so cool. I love this level. So much detail in each block, like the way the rooms are lit up. You can see staircases in some of like the apartments, just the details in the windows and the lights. Everything is just like, it's so vibrant. It's honestly amazing. The coin route's down there, but I'm not going to show that. Then we go up here, and one thing I must note about this part that's really cool is the fact that these decorations, like this construction crane, is incorporated into the actual gameplay instead of just being like a side decoration thing. Like it's both decoration and gameplay, which is very cool. It's incorporated well. And a similar thing is with this like this construction thing right there. I don't really know what to call that, but anyways, this entire part just looks so good. It's so vibrant. One thing I will note is these robot jumps are a bit sudden. I died there once when I was trying to beat this, but overall it's just a really fantastic level. Now I will go ahead and do a completion of the level, so yeah. Alright, there we go. That is Metropolis complete. Overall, a really fantastic level that I highly recommend all of you go check out. Super fun, the theme is executed so well, the atmosphere is great, the colors are vibrant. It's just a really good level overall, and it's super underrated in my opinion, so if you are in the skill range to go beat this, I highly recommend you do so. It is such a great level. And with that being said, that concludes the very first episode of Demon of the Month. Hopefully you like this series. If you do, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback in improving the series, because this is like an idea that I thought of that, hey, this might go somewhere, so I'm just going to try it out. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later.